Welcome to another episode of Angel's Door. I'm the executive producer and also the Anthony Miles, and our show is about crowdfunding for businesses. And we're going to have some fun today. We have two new businesses that we want to showcase for you. We're going to have some fun and we're going to let our experts ask the hard questions. So this is Angel's Door. Thank you for joining us today, and we definitely think you're going to enjoy the show today. Thank you. All right, this part of the show, we're going to introduce our experts, and we have three wonderful experts that are going to help guide us through questions to the business. I'm going to start with, to my immediate right, Dr. Adrian. Dr. Adrian, give the audience something about your background and why you're an expert.
I am Dr. Adrian. I'm a psychotherapist in the Atlanta area. 28 years experience as an educator and mental health professional. I'm a graduate of Florida A&M, Fort Valley State College, Troy State University, and Argosy University. I have a nonprofit organization, A Change for All 2, and I also am the founder of True Black Essentials, the largest e-commerce online platform for Black-owned businesses with Black goods and products. I am an author, and I am the radio host for Relationship Talk with Dr. Adrian on WAOK 1380.
Thank you. Goodness, we got some experts here today. Somebody showed up to work today. Our next brilliant expert is Dr. Jeff. Dr. Jeff, tell the audience something about yourself and your background.
Sure, Dr. D. Hi, my name is Dr. Jeffrey Ryans. I'm CEO of First Choice Accident Injury Care here in Atlanta, Georgia. Our company serves as an umbrella for 153 different injury locations and 15 A-rated personal injury law firms. We service clients who have been in car accidents, work injuries, and slip and falls. We also have injury centers in Tennessee and Alabama, and we can handle legal services, personal injury legal services nationwide. I've been in marketing and for the past 35 years. I've got a doctorate in marketing and in business. I'm happy to be here. Thank you.
All righty, you got another brilliant expert joining us today. Goodness. I can't wait for the third one. Dr. Karen, tell us about yourself.
I'm Karen Kilby-Clark. I'm an executive business coach and co-founder of Mixed Media Pros, which is a digital marketing agency based in the Washington, D.C. metro area. I have over 20 years experience supporting top executives in public and private industries, and I got my MBA at Strayer University, and I love all things business. So I'm really excited to dig into what we are going to do today.
All righty, thank you. We got three good experts today, and they're definitely going to pick the entrepreneur's brain. And we got about 60 plus years of experience between the three of them. So we're gonna have some fun today, and thank you for joining us. Okay, for our show today, we got our first entrepreneur, and I want to welcome Javis. Javis?
Basically, I started a company called Suicide Slums, and I just wanted to come up with a concept for the kids and adults, and like something, like a superhero type, save a person from the hood. Cause I'm from like a small town city called Dublin, Georgia. And I'm sure you probably know, cause you're from Fort Valley. And or you say you went to school? Okay. So yeah, it's like, I wanted to come up with a concept to like basically have everybody to relate to my clothing line.
All right, we're gonna welcome our second entrepreneur for the show. We have Micah. Micah, come join us.
So my name is Micah, I'm 25, I'm from Baltimore, Maryland. My business is Mic Check Sounds and Visuals. I've been on paper since 2021, but I've been freelancing for since 2019. I freelance, I do videography, photography, podcast editing and producing, and many more other media related things.
Hi, this is the fun part of the show. This part of the show, the experts are going to interview the entrepreneurs about their business and ask the hard questions, and they're going to give them the answers. So sit back and enjoy.
Javis, thank you for being here with us. Tell us a little bit about your business. What type of business it is? What exactly are you doing?
Basically, it's a clothing line business.
Okay.
It's like a jacket company I'm starting off with. And it's like a concept of superheroes.
Okay.
So yeah, I'm just using that to promote for, the kids and adults.
So do you have superheroes on your clothing?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. And so what's the name of your company?
Suicide Slums.
Okay, so how'd you come up with that name?
Well, I'm basically like, I was a child from, the hood area of my city.
Okay.
South Side, so I came up with Suicide Slums.
Mm-hmm.
But it's like in the Marvel story, it's like you got Superman. He was from the South Side, so he grew up in the slums and areas like that. So that's how I came up with it.
So, but you chose the word suicide to be a part of your brand. Why is that? What's the story behind that?
Because a lot of people they experience death, and basically I wanted something to come up with the concept to help with that.
Okay.
That theory.
Okay. Okay. All right.
Okay. Thank you, Dr. David. James, the ultimate goal for your clothing line is to do what for youth? That's your target market, or tell me who's your target market?
Mainly the youth.
Okay, from ages
I would say
6
like
or
8 to 18.
8 to 18? Okay, and the ultimate goal for your clothing line is to do what for the youth?
Make people feel stronger, like make the kids have something to look up to.
Okay, and you chose to do that with the characters the superheroes.
Right.
Okay. Now, do you already have someone designing the clothes or making your clothes, or?
Not just yet. I have a logo already,
Okay.
printed out and made.
Mm-hmm.
And also I have like a design, like a example.
Okay.
So I plan on having someone like try to help make, different concepts and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
So it sounds like you might be pre-market. Are you currently selling, and like what are your goals like within the next year with the business?
Basically I am pre-marketing right now, and my goals for next year is to like develop probably like a more intermediate level and see where else I can see where else I can go with the brand.
And what investment you get, what exactly are your plans? What will you do with the funds?
I will use the funds to basically grow as a business and like start off another concept for the Suicide Slums brand. Probably like I'll do jackets. Like I'm already doing jackets now, but I'll do like jeans and t-shirts.
So you do currently have a product out here?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So
Just jackets only.
Just jackets. So how are you getting your jackets produced currently?
I have someone, they send in the samples.
Mm-hmm.
So basically I just go online and look for different like ideas and concepts to help go stitch on the jackets.
Okay. So are these like patches, or is it?
Mainly patches.
Okay. So are you currently ordering patches and then having them placed on jackets?
Yes, ma'am.
So this is not material that you own.
It's no, ma'am. Like the writing and the rest, that I have artificially made.
Okay.
That's gonna be, the material that I own.
Okay. But right now you're borrowing other people's material that's already out there.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Do you have a mentor that's working with you to help you develop your clothing line?
No, ma'am.
Look, other than Google, because I know y'all Google everything.
Right.
Yeah.
Not at the moment, I don't.
Okay. All right.
You mentioned you made some sales so far, correct?
Mm-hmm.
How long have you been selling? For the past year or
About a year.
a year?
Yeah.
What do your sales look like during that year?
I'll say like at least like 16,000.
16,000.
Yes,
Okay.
sir.
And how are you getting your word out there? How do you know to find that type of apparel that's available for that?
Oh, I post on Instagram. I have an Instagram page, Suicide Slums Apparel. And also I have a Facebook,
Mm-hmm.
and I try to market with eBay, get the word out.
So social media mainly is what you're
Yeah, that's
focused on
correct.
right now. Okay.
Right.
Okay. Who's your biggest competitor?
I don't think I have.
You don't think you have any competitors that's going after that niche market with that type of apparel?
No, I be in stores and I see like other brands and
Okay.
marketers, and I kind of like their concept.
Okay.
So when you think about expanding your business, you've mentioned kind of adding different product lines and whatnot. What do you think are your biggest challenges going forward? What are you facing?
You mean as like,
Like as you're growing your business, what, as you're kind of making those plans and figuring out how to get the funding that you need and get your products out there and grow your customer base, what are the challenges that you kind of see as you move forward?
I will say, people, using your ideas or like, trying to expand to becoming a business in store. I think that's the biggest challenges.
So you want to go to retail at some point?
Yeah.
Okay.
James, how did you decide to do a clothing line?
I love fashion.
Mhm.
It's something that I always wanted to do.
Okay.
And also, like I grew up watching, comics and superheroes and all that kind of stuff.
Mm-hmm.
So I just put those two together.
Okay, okay. And I just have one last question for you because we have to go to a break. Have you written down your business plan? Do you have this on paper?
I have it on paper.
Mhm.
I'm still like developing and going over it, trying to make sure I get, the puzzle pieces right.
Right,
So
but
it's
you have
just-
a business plan?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
And James, what type of funding are you looking for? Give me an idea what that looks like. How much money are you hoping to gain to get you where you'd like to be?
I'm looking for a startup of about 100K.
Mm-hmm.
So I figured that kind of, put me more on my feet
Mm-hmm.
to expand to a bigger brand.
Okay. And what would you do with that 100K?
I would use it to buy more like of the logos and also come up with like a better design market team to use for the brand.
So right now, if someone wants to order your information, they go online and they could order at that point. Is that correct? Is that okay?
Yeah.
And how long does it take you right now to get the product to that person? Is there a turnaround time, a week, 2 weeks, a month, or?
It's like a week, depending on like which shipment they send out.
Okay.
A week send out.
Okay.
Okay, well, we're gonna take a break and appreciate you coming and sharing information about your business. Yeah, good luck to you.
Angel's Door with Dr. D. Anthony Miles is an exciting, hip, and fresh reality television show.
Hi, welcome to Angel's Door. I'm D. Anthony Miles, your host, executive producer.
The one-hour weekly television show focuses on audience crowdfunding for thriving new businesses that need funding. The show is made of businesses that need capital and funding.
I don't know about hard, but thorough.
I'm happy to be here. Thank you.
So I'm excited to be here and just talk all things marketing.
Entrepreneurs present their business on the show, then compete for funding. The crowdfunding is provided by investors that watch Angel's Door with Dr. D. Anthony Miles. Tune in weekly to Angel's Door with Dr. D. Anthony Miles.
So tell us, are you working on your business full time? Do you have a staff or team or anyone helping you? Tell us a little bit more about like how you're actually operating your business right now.
Right now I have about 3 other people. They help me. They go online and do the emailing and sharing, like the marketing for the team. So that's all I have right now.
And do you have Like if you could just wave a magic wand and the business tomorrow would be exactly what you want it to be, what is that? What is your vision going, like the big vision that you have for your company?
I really want to become like at least employ 1,000 people and like be in warehouses, like on billboards, on MARTA bus, signs, and that's pretty much my goal.
Okay.
Tell me a little bit about your background, Javis. Did you work for a clothing company before, or have you
I
worked
worked
retail,
in-
or?
I worked with Macy's
Okay,
and TJ Maxx.
okay.
Okay. So you have some retail experience.
Mhm.
Okay.
And you mentioned jackets. That's the number one product you have right now. You have shirts, you have hoodies, or just give me an idea of what other type of products do you have at this point, or what you're looking to get into.
I plan on doing hoodies and t-shirts and probably like jeans, like I mentioned earlier, and see where it goes from there.
Okay. And your customer base right now, where are those folks coming from?
Mostly like in Georgia, Texas, and like Florida.
Okay. And how are those people from Texas and Florida finding you?
Oh, well, first I was marketing on like promotion with Facebook. So then I started on, like I said, what is it, the eBay,
Mm-hmm.
expanding with like marketing with eBay. So it's just ironically, like most people on Instagram, they come and, follow me from those two traffic sites.
Okay. Javis, can I make a recommendation to you?
Sure.
Okay. You are a designer, right?
Mhm.
So you should be your biggest walking billboard. No matter where you go, you need to be rocking your own stuff. Cause Gap got a lot of money already. They already a $1 million industry, right? And so if you want to market what it is that you do, then you gotta rock your own gear, okay?
That's a great way to put it. I never thought of that.
Yeah. So thank you so much for coming and sharing your idea with us. Good luck and best wishes to you.
Okay, there's a fun part of the show. Now you've heard from the experts, you've heard from the entrepreneurs, now you've heard the experts' feedback. So I'm gonna flash the 1-800 number. And again, we have the 4 levels of contribution or investment. We have $25, $50, $75, $100, or over $100 or $1,000 or more. And definitely pick the business that you think that you have the most interest in. And they definitely look forward to your profit. This is Angel's Door.
Angel's Door with Dr. D. Anthony Miles is an exciting, hip, and fresh reality television show.
Hi, welcome to Angel's Door. I'm D. Anthony Miles, your host, executive producer.
The 1-hour weekly television show focuses on audience crowdfunding for thriving new businesses that need funding. The show is made of businesses that need capital and funding.
I don't know about hard, but thorough.
I'm happy to be here. Thank you.
So I'm excited to be here and just talk all things marketing.
Entrepreneurs present their business on the show, then compete for funding. The crowdfunding is provided by investors that watch Angel's Door with Dr. D. Anthony Miles. Tune in weekly to Angel's Door with Dr. D. Anthony Miles.
Hi, this is the fun part of the show. This part of the show, the experts are going to interview the entrepreneurs about their business and ask the hard questions, and they're going to give them the answers. So sit back and enjoy.
Micah, welcome to Angel's Door. Can you tell us a little bit about you and your business?
Okay, so my business is Mic Check Sounds and Visuals. I'm a media production company. I'm pretty much a one-man band right now. I take videos, take photos, produce them, edit them. I edit on 3 different platforms, video and audio. So I went to school for video and audio production. So everything kind of goes hand in hand. Without good video, nobody wants to watch it. Without good audio, nobody still wants to watch it. So, and that goes hand in hand since I do currently work in radio and television. So Yeah, that's pretty much my background. I've been working for NPR since, I have been working for NPR stations for about 4 or 5 years now. So.
Okay, so what was your motivation for starting your business?
My motivation for starting my business is pretty much using my production skills to their best potential. I always told myself, I wanted my own show, I want to be on the radio. I've been in singing lessons, ballet, I've been creative pretty much all my life. So just going to college, learning those skills, I want to take it to the next level. Eventually, I want to own a studio, so I branched from Mic Check Sounds and Visuals to pretty much Mic Check Studios.
Oh, okay. Wow. That's ambitious. Yeah, okay. All righty.
Tell us a little bit, who's your customer base now?
Right now, my customer base is individuals or businesses that want content. So I produce podcasts that are on Amazon Podcasts. Other than working for my job, I volunteer with the AAU team, and I do content for the girls AAU in College Park, Georgia. So I take photos, videos. So I also work with the AAU team. I help them with social media, creating video content, going with them, traveling with them, just being their camera person.
And what would you say is your biggest challenge right now?
My biggest challenge is probably space, because I'm working pretty much out of my apartment, or I don't have a studio home or a space like this space right here. I don't have anywhere to say, hey, if you want to come to me and do a photo shoot, you can come here and do it. Or say my biggest challenge with the podcast, say their audio may not be that great, or they're in a studio, but they don't know how to use the studio or use their microphone, or they're not knowledgeable on the process of editing or making them sound great. So I will be the person to say, hey, you can come to my studio. I make sure the microphones are good. You got soundproofing. You have the boom, bim, bam, and I'm gonna make it happen. I'm gonna make you sound great. So that's probably the biggest challenge, is people not being knowledgeable about their craft or what they're putting out there.
So the funding that you're looking for, is that part of what you want to do with the funding?
Yes, it's space. Not only space for me to work, but for others to work. So I do eventually need a team. I already do have engineers, other videographers, other photographers that I do know that also say, hey, I need space as well. And I'll be able to provide them that space. And going hand in hand, when we have, I do want to help. The purpose of my studio is for people that didn't have that opportunity to put out there what they wanted. If it was a podcast, music, a poem, anything that they want to put out there, my studio will be able to provide that for them. On top of workshops, so that would be another thing. Hey, I went to a beat making class. Maybe I didn't want to make any beats, but hey, I know how to do it. So I'm able to tell somebody, hey, this is what you need to do. This is the software. We'll be able to help you with that as well.
Okay. So your clientele is not only individual, but also business clientele as well.
Yes.
Is this, and I don't know, and I'm sure you know, could there be something you could do with all these business Zoom meetings and things of that nature? What could you do with that to offer some type of service?
Well, I have an example. I had a client who needed when somebody praises you in, what is that word? Testimony, there you go. I had scattered my brain like that. So they wanted a testimony edited. They did a Zoom meeting. So I pretty much took that Zoom meeting, edited together, cleared up the audio, cut it price 30 seconds, and it was available for them to put on their website. That included their logo as well. So I can go into Photoshop. So I pretty much use Adobe Creative Cloud. That's the main thing that I use. Take that, use Photoshop, they all go hand in hand.
That would be that's a big market. That's a big market. So
Yeah, so tell us, you've mentioned a little bit about your kind of big vision and this, the production company, but tell us like more about like your 1 year, 3 year, 5 year goals.
So as of right now, I want to build more clientele, just, getting more podcasts possibly under my belt, a little bit more producing, story producing. I do story producing for a cooking show. Just more things under my belt, more opportunities, more jobs. So that'll definitely be the next year, and just developing more income to get more equipment.
So currently, right now, you're working full-time with someone else and doing this
Part-time.
part-time? Okay.
And other various jobs in and out for the
Right.
past year or two.
So, but hopefully you're looking to go full-time with your own
Yes.
business?
Yes, because even though my job still provides me with information that I need to move forward, I still like that networking and opportunity that I had with my full-time job.
Absolutely.
Okay.
Absolutely.
We need to get ready to take a break, but when we come back, I want to ask you about the experience that you already have in this industry. So
Okay.
think about that, what is it that you've already been doing that would encourage someone to fund what you want to do in the future? Micah, tell us a little bit about what your experience already consists of in this area where you want to have this production studio in the future. What's your current experience?
So my current experience is pretty much production. I do blues and jazz shows, classical shows for my job. So pretty much I record the host, put the shows together. So a non-live show, I've been pretty much producing non-live shows since 2018. So I first started with mentoring students, helping them, hey, if they want to get in radio, they want to put something out there, how do you do it? How do you record it? How do you put together a story to produce to, or for a mass audience to listen to? Or, pretty much, hey, if you want to produce somebody, how do you engage with people? How do you put forth either a subject matter or something that would keep people engaged? Mm-hmm. So other than that, working with videos, again, I'm new to sports shooting, but I've done documentary style videos. I have videos on YouTube. I have a decent amount of content, but photography is also new with me, but I do know how to edit. So I edit with Lightroom and Photoshop, so I am pretty experienced in editing.
Okay. Thank you.
Let's talk about the funding, Micah.
Mm-hmm.
What kind of funding are you needing to get your business to the next level?
I need funding to upgrade equipment, buy microphones, buy equipment for me, backdrops, lighting, security. I have to pay the engineers. I have to pay people that's going to help me produce a well-rounded team for a studio. I need equipment for software, since books, you don't need books, but things to help people prepare for a project. Maybe people need hard drives, people need certificates, we need workshops, there's things to help them gain those skills. So that's why I need funding for that as well. And then also funding for me to keep up on
Right.
those things, constantly possibly going back to school, getting certifications under my belt, being able to run a studio and being able to say, hey, I have to make sure this is covered. We have to get, licenses. Things cost. I want to get other people in trouble, myself in trouble, and just knowing the laws and the rules to making sure it stays functional.
Well, and we're here to help you as much as possible. I'm just trying to get an idea what that dollar amount looks like.
Okay, you want the dollar amounts?
Oh, yeah.
Right now,
Yeah.
$100,000 and about $50,000 would go to equipment. The rest would be for finding a 3-4, probably. I would need a building with about 3-4 rooms. Not exactly sure on size, it just depends, because I would have to go in, renovate.
Mm-hmm.
There would be a lot of work to do, if not already, because there's a lot of studios in Atlanta, in the area, but what would make mine different is I've been in the industry. I do have good connections with studios, still gaining more, learning more. So I think I'd be able to take on that responsibility.
So 100K. Okay. And you mentioned what would make yours different, because that was leading to my next question. You've been in the industry for a while. What could you bring to the table that somebody else is maybe not bringing to the table right now?
I think I could bring, both sides, professionalism, fun, still being able to know when it's time to play, it's time to have fun. And I pretty much dabbled into almost everything, I think, media so far. So the way of my route, I'm always reading, I'm always learning, and I'm hands-on too. If I'm willing to say, hey, I want to do this, I'm gonna get it, I'm gonna learn it. Or at least, hey, I know somebody that will at least teach me, or I think I know somebody.
Okay.
So you kind of have talked a little bit about this, but why should an investor invest in your business?
I think somebody should invest in my business because I feel as though it had potential not only in communities where children, I think somebody should invest in my business because I think the purpose of my studio would be we see the need of feeling like somebody can't be creative or can't say what they want to say or say how they feel. I want somebody to say, hey, if I want to go somewhere and learn music production, or I want to learn how, because everybody sees how everybody wants to be a rapper, everybody wants to be in entertainment business. My studio will provide that. Hey, well, if you want to do this, this is what the steps you need to do. What other options do you have? I also want to focus on mental health, so that would be a big part of my studio too, and getting those in, because my family deals with it as well, and it's something that still affects me from possibly going further in my career, what I want to do. So.
Well, thank you, Ms. Micah. Good luck and best wishes to you on your funding for your business, and we appreciate you coming and sharing your story with us.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay, this part of the show, we're gonna get the feedback from the experts. They're gonna tell us what they think about each of the two ventures. And we're gonna start off with Javis's business. Now, Dr. Adrian, I know you're spirited in your comments, so what's your feedback on Javis's business?
I love the idea behind what it is that Javis is doing. I don't think that I was as clear as I would like to be in terms of the mission and where it developed from. I think that, everybody has a story, and it's important that you tell your story in order to get other people to buy into your story. And so I love the name Suicide Slum. I just would have liked to have heard more about where that developed from. And, suicide is a scary word. And so I know that.
Oh, that's your area, isn't it?
Absolutely. And so, we don't just come up with things for no reason. And so I would have just liked to have known a little bit more about the story, but definitely like and then I would have liked to have seen him rocking his gear as well.
You like the business model? You
Yeah.
like his business model?
Well, I don't think that I know enough about what it is that he is currently doing versus what it is that he needs to do, which is why I said he really needs to get a mentor, and I want to support him with that.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Thank you for your feedback. Dr. Jeff, I know you got a portfolio of comments.
Well, I like Javis. I like the fact that, again, the name, there's some deep meaning behind that name. And he's probably experienced or seen some things that I may not have experienced. And I think for him to tell that story and for him to follow that, he could help a whole lot of people. Because you do have, you don't necessarily have to be from the hood to appreciate the apparel.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I think that type of apparel could go worldwide. As far as where he is right now, I still see it as in the startup stage. I'd like to see a little more, possibly put on paper, okay, these are my distributors, these are my people that's doing the clothing. I've got A, B, and C in place, okay? That will definitely help him, to put some things in place. Dr. Adrian mentioned a mentor, I think would also, I know would also help him move the ball forward a lot faster. And I could see that type of, I could see that apparel going worldwide if it's positioned correctly. The name will do him extremely well if it's all about marketing. It's all about marketing.
Yeah.
So you got to have those things in place, and I can see that taking off.
Awesome. Thank you for your feedback. I think that's going to be real beneficial to him. Dr. Karen, what's your thoughts?
I definitely agree with what my fellow panel members have said, and really getting that story out there and helping the customer base to understand where this came from, why it matters, and what the purpose and mission is behind the business will definitely be like the #1 tool in the toolbox. And then having some guidance and kind of just someone to, help them avoid some of the pitfalls, like that mentor that's been mentioned. Would definitely help. But yeah, I think he's definitely going in the right direction. Just really get immersed in that industry, learn more about the competitors, because clothing, you definitely have some competitors. So like learning more about them, what they're doing right, what you can do better, and all that kind of stuff will definitely be his best bet.
Yeah.
Thank you. I want to ask each of you, I can all chime in. Do you like the idea of the jackets and the apparel? You think he has expansion opportunities for that?
I definitely think he has expansion opportunities because I'm thinking of, society has a way of labeling people in certain places. And there's a whole segment of people, just because their income is not a certain level, the society has, forgets about.
Yeah.
And that's why I'm happy to see what he's doing.
Yeah.
Awesome. All righty, we'll go to business number 2, Micah's business. What are your thoughts, Dr. Adrian?
I love the play on her business name from her name. So I really, really like that. I think that was one of the things that stood out to me. I think that what she is doing is in an arena at this point where you have so many people who are doing podcasts and vlogging and all of this, that I think that she needs to focus on who her target demographic is, if she has one, because it seems like she has quite a bit of experience in terms of what she has done. So I would say, hone in a little bit on where it is that you want to see your focus going, so that you have, a more focused direction as opposed to a broader scale.
Okay, you like to see a niche?
I think that a niche is necessary because no one person can be great at everything.
Right.
And so if you focus in on something, you can always expand from there.
Awesome. Thank you. Dr. Jeff?
I'd have to piggyback those exact words from Dr. Adrian. I love her attitude. She's got the passion. But a lot of times, a lot of businesses, especially starting out, can go in a shotgun blast and just try to blast everything, as opposed to a rifle effect. Find a niche and stick to that niche. Start small, get that niche, and master that niche, and then expand. That will get her, I think she'll go a lot further and faster doing that. I know when I first started my first business, I had to find that niche. And, a lot of businesses fail the first or second year because they did not hone in on a certain niche. You can't be there's an old saying, a jack of all trades and a master of none.
Right.
That will kill you.
Sound like my old marketing professor. You can't be all things to all people.
Yeah.
Right.
And some people will try to put you there. Now, you have to say no. Just find that niche and stay in that niche.
Awesome. Oh, last but not least, the caboose, Dr. Karen.
Yeah, of course, I'm gonna definitely echo,
Oh, I forgot, y'all two marketing experts.
yeah,
Y'all
and
full of fire.
definitely, you know, a lot of people forget that Amazon started off just selling books.
Yeah.
Right.
You know, they do everything now, but when they started, the only thing you could buy on Amazon.com was a book. So I definitely agree with just finding that niche and really owning it and figuring out how to stand out because it's a crowded market. So like really figuring out what makes her unique and then really just play that up, you know, and talk about it all the time. And again, about the story, just get the story out there and get people to buy into the mission and the purpose, and she's gonna be well on her way.
So the key word here, based on all of your feedback, is niche. Find that niche and find that market.
Yeah.
Niche and marketing.
Yeah.
You know, you want to be known. You know, when the opportunity comes up and you in that niche, your name, you want your name known.
Right.
No questions asked. This is the person you need to call.
Awesome. Thank you for your feedback. I think that's going to be very beneficial to the entrepreneurs. Again, thank you for being here, experts. Some of the things you brought up, I had not considered, but that's some interesting feedback. Okay, there's a fun part of the show. Now you've heard from the experts, you've heard from the entrepreneurs, now you've heard the experts' feedback. So I'm going to flash the 1-800 number. And again, we have the 4 levels of contribution or investment. We have $25, $50, $75, $100, or over $100 or $1,000 or more. And definitely pick the business that you think that you have the most interest in. And they definitely look forward to your crowdfunding. This is Angel's Door. Okay, that's our show today, Angel's Door. I'm the executive producer and host, D'Anthony Mountain. We got our 2 businesses. And I want to thank our 3 experts, Dr. Adrian, Dr. Jeff, and Dr. Karen for joining us today. They're going to be back with some more damage. But I want to thank you for joining us today and hopefully you have some fun on our show. This is Angel's Door and I'm D'Anthony Mountain. Thank you. See you next week.